You shall love your neighbor. Matthew 5, verse 43. Love your neighbor. Perhaps he rolls in riches, and you are poor, and live in your humble dwelling next to his mansion. You see his everyday estates, his fine clothes, and his sumptuous banquets. God has given him these gifts. Covet not his wealth, and think no hard thoughts concerning him. Be content with your own lot, if you cannot better it, but do not look upon your neighbor and wish that he were as yourself. Love him, and then you will not envy him. Perhaps, on the other hand, you are rich, and near you reside the poor. Do not scorn to call them neighbors. Admit that you are bound to love them. The world calls them your inferiors. In what are they inferior? They are far more your equals than your inferiors. For he made from one man every nation of mankind to live on all the face of the earth. It is your clothing which is better than theirs, but you are by no means better than them. They are men, and what are you more than that? Take heed that you love your neighbor, even though he be in rags or sunken in the depths of poverty. But perhaps you say, I cannot love my neighbors, because for all I do, they return ingratitude and contempt. So much the more room for the heroism of love. Would you be a feather-bed warrior instead of bearing the rough fight of love? He who dares the most shall win the most, and if the path of love is rough, tread it boldly, still loving your neighbors through thick and thin. Heap coals of fire on their heads, and if they are hard to please, seek not to please them, but to please your master. And remember, if they spurn your love, your master has not spurned it, and your deed is as acceptable to him as if it had been acceptable to them. Love your neighbor, for in so doing you are following the footsteps of Christ. You shall love your neighbor. Matthew 5, verse 43.